Hey, Mark, are you there? Please, Mark, break up with me.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I met someone I really like. When I start thinking about this guy, I can't think straight. Actually, we've had a relationship a number of times now. He's driving me crazy. I can't stop this crazy emotion overwhelming me.
So, you've been cheating on me. How nice! Who is this guy you're so infatuated with? So much so you can't even think straight.
What are you going to do? Beat him up or something?
Just curious is all. I have a right to know, don't you think?
You don't know him. Won't mean much even if I told you.
Well, if it doesn't mean much, you can tell me, can't you? Makes no difference, right?
Yeah, well, suppose you're right. He's my boss at work. His name is Darren. Darren Boyd.
Oh yeah? Okay, I got it. Why not? Let's break up then. No use pursuing it anyways.
Seriously? You don't mind?
Yeah, you like this Darren guy more than me, right? So what can I do? Just seems like it would be a total waste of time to continue going out with someone who has no interest in me, right?
Just seems like you're giving up so easily. Suppose you're right, though. Better just to end it than fight it. If you're okay with it, great, then we're good to go. Hey, Mark, thanks for going out with me. I had a good time. Okay then, see ya.
Hey sis, what's up? Got Linda to admit it.
Huh? Admit what?
The admission that she was cheating on me, that she is seeing her boss.
Seriously? She admitted that to you?
Yeah, I told her I would break up with her, and in exchange, I asked her to tell me the guy's name. Said I was just curious. She said it straight out, Darren Boyd.
Oh, yeah? So you broke it off with her?
Yeah, figured it was time. What can I say? She sent me a line and said she met some guy and that she wanted to reel it off with me. And during the conversation, I sort of tricked her into giving up his name. I sent you a screenshot of the whole conversation.
Hey, Mark. Sorry about all this. I didn't want to involve you, but...
Don't worry about it, sis. When I found out she was cheating on me, it was just a matter of time before we broke up. As a matter of fact, I was going to meet and discuss breaking it off with her, but she beat me to it. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention your name, so don't worry. Might be the most important point going forward.
I'm really sorry about this, Mark. Didn't want you to get all caught up in this.
Like I said, sis, forget it! I should be thanking you, actually. I'm glad I found out what kind of person she was before there was any talk of marriage. She cheated on me once, and I'm sure if we got married, she'd end up doing it again somewhere down the line. Truth be told, I wouldn't be able to trust her. What I'm more worried about is you, sis. What do you plan to do?
I'm just gonna let it simmer for a while. See how things play out. I talked to my lawyer about it, and he keeps mentioning that gathering enough evidence is the most important thing. Gotta be prepared, or I'll end up with nothing.
I'll do anything I can to help, so don't go taking on everything yourself. You got that?
Thanks, Mark. If the time comes, I may just need your help. I'm counting on you, little brother.
Hey, Mark, it's been a while. How are ya? It's been 2 months since we, broke up. What have you been up to?
Linda, why are you contacting me? We're not together anymore. I'm your ex.
Come on, so what? We're friends, right? No need to be so serious about it. Actually, I'm contacting you because I wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Thank me for what?
I talked to Darren about us breaking up and, well, he in turn thanked me, saying he was overjoyed that I had picked him over you. After that, one thing led to another and we started discussing getting married.
Oh yeah? That's just great.
Like I told you before, Darren's my boss at work, and he's the top sale rep at our department. But what makes him so wonderful is that, well, we usually meet up when he's scheduled to meet clients, and then we head to a downtown hotel. And there we spend like 2 or 3 hours doing you know what. But despite all that, he still maintains his top sales record. The guy is unbelievable.
Having a good time at a hotel while pretending to see a client. Sounds like a real stand-up guy.
Yeah, you think? He's really full of surprises. Can you believe that I'm in love with such a wonderful guy? What we can't get during the day, we make up for after work. This is all thanks to you. You didn't put up a fuss about us breaking up, and it allowed me to spend time with him. I really appreciate it, Mark. It's like this every day. Love all day and all night. I'm in paradise. I'm so overjoyed and grateful that I was able to break up with you. I'm the happiest girl in the world. Just wanted to convey that to you.
I'm so glad that you're happy, Linda. Actually, I'm glad we broke up before it got messy.
Messy? What do you mean?
You'll find out sooner or later. See you around. Have fun while you can.
Huh?
Hey sis, guess what? I just got some very interesting information. You'll love this. Can I send it to you?
Seriously? What kind of information?
That investigator you hired probably already got it, I bet, but just in case, I'm sending it to you right now. Apparently, these guys are playing around during working hours, and popping into a hotel for a few hours for a little heavy petting. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Can you believe it? Linda sent me a text bragging about the whole thing. But this would really be concrete evidence about their little affair, don't you think? Lots of details in the text. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it could be useful, but... This Linda, you used to date her. Is she some kind of airhead or something?
Not sure about that, but you're right. Not much up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I really don't see any other explanation.
I'm about to send you the text data, just so you know. I'm setting them in order of how it's all unfolding. You know what I mean? Better have all the text data to get an understanding of the entire episode. That's not okay to you?
Yeah, right. Yes, send it all to me.
Alright, it's on its way.
Hey, Mark, you there? Please pick up. I need your help.
Linda, you again. What the hell is it this time? Hope it's not more of your gloating. You got your new guy, who was it? This Darren guy, right? What do you want from your second-rate ex? You're part of my college-era friends, so I was a bit reluctant to block you, but this is getting a bit much. I just don't want to get all caught up in your mess, so please.
Don't give that BS, Mark. I heard you're the younger brother of Darren's wife. Is that true?
So you already know about that. If that's the case, no need to feign ignorance, I guess.
So it's true, you and Darren's wife are siblings?
Before you start accusing of anything. When we first started dating, I knew nothing about any of this. It was all just a coincidence.
Seriously? You weren't trying to deceive me, were you?
After my sister had an investigator check up on him, this whole complicated relationship came to light, that's all. When I heard that my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, was cheating with you, I was totally shocked. As you can probably imagine, I mean, my brother-in-law cheating on his wife who turns out to be my girlfriend. You can't make this shit up! Well, right now I'm over it. All I'm doing now is watching over my sister, who will probably make you guys pay the consequences.
Are you serious? You sold out your girlfriend to your sister?
Sold you out.
Yeah! Your sister was so jealous of me that she hired a lawyer and now wants Darren to pay compensation for cheating on her. Your girlfriend was in trouble. I mean, you're supposed to protect me. You probably knew all this being the younger brother and all. You could have leaked some of that info to me, for God's sake. That's what a responsible boyfriend would do. You're so cruel! How could you?
Wait a sec. Cruel? I'm not the cruel one here. It's what you and Darren did to my sister that's cruel.
Excuse me?
For starters, going out with a married man is wrong. Also, the fact is that my girlfriend was having an affair and sleeping with a guy out of wedlock. You can imagine my sister's surprise when she found her husband was shacking up with her younger brother's girlfriend. In other words, both me and my sister were betrayed by our respective partners.
Yeah, but...
To put it more bluntly, this is a war. Mark and Carol versus Darren and Linda. Wonder what the outcome will be. What do you think? That's the situation at the moment. With all that said, why the hell would I even protect you? Leak your info. Give me a break.
But...
Do you think I have the slightest bit of concern for you? The answer's obvious, right?
But you and I were... You know, I was only trying to...
No response, huh? Yeah, I thought not. Just make sure you and Darren pay my sister for what you guys put her through.
Hey, Mark, this is not happening. We had no other choice but to just pay the darn compensation your sister's lawyer asked for or else. But then they had to go and fire the both of us. Now we have no way of paying off the debt. What are we supposed to do?
I wonder why. Oh, wait a sec. I wonder if it was because you were screwing around, pardon the pun, and going to a hotel during work hours. Maybe that has something to do with it, you think?
Huh? What? Why the hell do you know that?
You're not thinking straight, Linda. You sent me a line and told me the whole thing, don't you remember? I got the whole conversation right here.
Huh?
By what you were saying, seems like you guys were doing it quite often. My sister also had an investigator check on you guys, so I bet they know the time and day and probably the name of the hotel you guys went to. Bet they even have a couple of snapshots. I can imagine how a company would react to something like that. I mean, do you really think a company pays you guys to make love?
Why didn't you tell me she was having us followed? Then we would have been more careful.
I'm going to say this one last time. I'm not your friend. I'm with my sister all the way on this one. So why would I even mention it to you? It was too late at that point anyhow.
Mark, what do you say? Can't we get back together? I mean, we did make a great couple, didn't we?
Excuse me?
I mean, perfect timing, right? I'm not working anymore. We could get married and I'll stay home and be a housewife. Sounds good, huh? What do you say? You've known me for a while now, right, Mark? You know I'm the type that would make a really great housewife. I'm sure I would make a great partner.
I'm going to have to stop you right there, Linda. What the hell are you talking about? Now, why would I do that?
Huh?
You did pay my sister the entire amount she was demanding, right?
Yeah, well...
Okay, then. I guess it's about time I blocked you online.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to see if it all went well for my sister. If you paid her off, well, we have nothing more to talk about.
So that's it, huh? Just wanted to check up on me, and when you got the result, you want goodbye? That's it?
Yep, that's it. All I did was help my sister nab the people who betrayed her, that's all. Way better than some girl I know who would text me constantly bragging about her affair with some guy she dropped me for. Did you really think I enjoyed that?
How could you?
I can't believe that you really want to get back with me after all that's happened. How about Darren? I thought you loved him.
I do, but I love you more, Mark.
I can't bear to hear anymore. Goodbye. Well, my sister's divorce finally went through. I suppose one consolation is that they didn't have kids. Linda and Darren were thinking of continuing their relationship after the divorce, but, When they both got fired, they used up both their savings to pay off my sister, so they were left with nothing. I heard they moved to an old beat-up apartment downtown. Evidently, they had severe money problems, which probably led to them arguing almost every night. One night it got so bad that a neighbor called the police. With so many complaints from neighbors, it's only a matter of time before they are evicted. Excuse me, Miss Mitchelson, would you mind explaining why you're taking the day off so suddenly? There's a lot of work I need you to do for me today. I've noticed you've been taking much more time off after coming back from maternity leave. I hope you're not planning to use the fact that you waited until you were 41 to have your first child as an excuse to slack off at work. The pregnancy must have been hard on your body considering your age, but you're the one who made the choice to get pregnant. That's neither my fault nor this company's. I understand that you must be happy after finally conceiving after being married for 15 years, but you still have your responsibility to this company. This is your job. I expect you to do it.
Good morning, Mr. Sanders. I'm terribly sorry for calling in with such late notice.
If you've got time to apologize, then you've got time to work.
I explained the reason I took the day off to Nancy. She's the one who answered when I called in the morning. My daughter suddenly got a high fever. I was worried about whatever she may have spreading to the other kids at her daycare. So I decided to keep her home from school today. I was just about to take her to the doctor, and since I don't know how long I'll be waiting, I thought it best to take the whole day off.
A fever? Oh, come on, that's probably just a cold. Why get so worried over just a stupid cold? Put the kid to sleep and turn on the TV for them or something. I need you here!
Mr. Sanders, my daughter is only a year old, and fevers can be caused by a number of things. It could be something serious, and I don't want to take that risk with my child.
Stop dodging the issue! You know full well this is our busiest time of the year, Mitchelson. Do you have any idea what kind of burden your absence is putting on the rest of the employees?
I'm really sorry about causing trouble for everyone else, but it's my primary responsibility to look after my daughter's health and well-being as her mother. I can't leave her behind and go to work in these circumstances.
Of course you can!
I think any mother would feel the same way as I do. I'm taking today off, Mr. Sanders.
I don't believe this. If that's your attitude toward work, you're fired!
Mr. Sanders, you're the office manager. You don't have the authority to fire me.
So what? I can just tell my superior about your continued insubordination and he'll fire you. There's nothing you do in your job that couldn't be handled by anyone else. I've said it before and I'll say it again. No one is irreplaceable, especially not you, Mitchelson.
Oh, is that so? Then go ahead and fire me.
What?
I can't leave my child alone at a time like this. I'd be neglecting my responsibility as her parent.
Ha! So you're choosing your child over your job. Have it your way. Enjoy unemployment. That should teach you not to cross me.
Hi, Megan. How's your daughter doing?
Much better, thank you. The doctor prescribed us some medicine. She's sleeping soundly right now.
That's great to hear.
Thanks for asking.
By the way, Mr. Sanders came into the office earlier and said that you were fired? I thought you were just taking the day off to care for your daughter. Did something else happen? I was so shocked to hear that.
I'm sorry to have worried you, Nancy. He said that he'd fire me if I put my daughter first, so I told him to go ahead and fire me.
Wow. What is he thinking? We're totally lost around here without you. He told me that I'll be in charge of all your old duties now?
Oh, about that. I thought that something like this may happen, So I put together a manual some time ago to keep things moving smoothly while I'm gone.
You did? Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
However, that was something I started doing under the previous manager. You remember Mr. Rogers? He retired about a year ago. When Mr. Sanders came in as a replacement, he told me that it was a waste of time and to stop working on it.
That's ridiculous. A waste of time? What is wrong with him?
Oh, don't worry. There was a pre-existing manual, titled Manual 5. So I kept working on my manual in secret and attached it to the end of the old one. It's in my personal folder in the shared cloud storage, so go ahead and copy it into yours. If possible, do it at a time when Sanders isn't around. It might get messy if he found out about it.
Gotcha. Let me look for it. Oh, found it!
Excellent! There are some technical things that are difficult even with the manual, so it might take some time to get used to everything.
Hey, it's better than nothing. Thanks so much, Megan.
Let me know if I can help you out in any way.
Seriously, though, how can they fire you? Mr. Sanders must be out of his mind. I'm gonna go and give him a piece of my mind after lunch.
Nancy, it's okay. Calm down. I don't want you to go getting yourself in any trouble. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. For now, I think it's best if you keep your head down.
But Megan...
It's okay, Nancy. Do you think I would just let myself get fired without having a plan in mind?
A plan?
I know it may be hard to wait, but everything will become clear soon enough.
Hello, Miss Mitchelson? Would you mind coming back to work right now? It's a mess over here. Miss Mitchelson!
Good morning, Mr. Sanders.
Oh, good, you're there. Now please, come into work!
I'm sorry. I was under the impression I wasn't working there anymore.
Nothing official has happened yet. You're still an employee on the books.
I'm afraid I'm not. I've already tendered my resignation to the main office.
What's the main office? Aren't I your immediate superior? Why would you go over my head like that?
Because upper management lost their confidence in you.
That's impossible!
Didn't you hear that our office is merging with the branch in the neighboring city?
You knew about that?
You're being demoted, aren't you, Mr. Sanders?
How did you know about that?
I made a report to upper management about the way you treated me when I took the day off to take care of my daughter. They called me in to personally apologize, and they told me everything.
They apologize for what? I didn't do anything wrong!
In the middle of the corporate push to support employees with young children, you tried to force me to come into work rather than take care of my sick daughter. And when I refused to come in, you told me to, quote, put the kid to sleep and turn on the TV for them or something. That's quite an irresponsible thing to say, don't you think? And to top it all off, you told me I was fired when you had no authority to do so.
But why would they shut down the whole office?
If you don't understand why, that just goes to show your incompetence as a manager.
What do you mean?
Not to blow my own horn, but I was carrying quite a lot of weight on my back at that office. When I became pregnant and was about to give birth, I talked to the previous manager, Mr. Rogers, and decided to start making a manual for my job. Unfortunately, Mr. Rogers retired due to an illness. And when you took his place, you told me that the manual was, quote, a waste of time, and told me to stop working on it, even though I was just a few days away from completing it. I finished it in secret anyway.
You kept working on that stupid thing?
Even with the manual, though, my job is highly technical and difficult for an inexperienced person to pick up in a short amount of time. In short, You fired someone who was doing a job that no one else at the office was capable of doing.
I did.
And as a result, the company was unable to find someone who they could train to do that job. The office's performance declined precipitously to the point that even ordinary work could no longer be done. So, upper management swiftly took action and decided to merge our office with the one in the neighboring city, where they do have an employee capable of and experienced in doing my job.
Why don't you just come back to work then? That'd solve everything.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why not?
While the circumstances are unfortunate, I had been planning to retire for some time now.
You were?
My husband is set to receive a substantial promotion at the company he works for. And as a result, we're moving to a location that's too far away for me to continue working there. I was just about to speak to you about this when you made the decision to fire me.
Oh no.
So, it looks as though the merger is inevitable at this point.
I can't believe it. Why is this happening to me? Wait, the manual. You finished it, right? Where is it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
If I can get my hands on it, we might be able to avoid the merger.
I'm sorry, but I've already handed it over to upper management.
No!
When I told them I gave it to Nancy, they said they would greatly appreciate me giving it to them to use at the new location. They were quite happy to receive it.
No way! What about me? What am I going to do now?
That's something you'll have to think about on your own.
I climbed all the way up to office manager.
I'll be going now.
I was on my way up! I was going places!
Do take care of yourself, Mr. Sanders. Farewell.
I was the office manager!
Hi, Megan. It's nice to talk to you again.
Hi, Nancy.
How are things?
Me, my husband, and my daughter are all doing great, thanks. How are things going at the new branch office, Nancy?
It's great. I'm finally getting the hang of your job now. That manual was a really big help.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, by the way, about Sanders?
What about him?
He got fired.
He did?
Yeah, this new girl in the office he had his eyes on for a while announced that she was getting married, and Sanders went absolutely nuts.
Wow.
He broke a bunch of the office equipment on his way out, too. I heard he got hit with $20,000 in damages that he's got to pay off now.
That man is something else, isn't he?
I also found out recently that Sanders had been divorced twice. Kinda makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe that in a heartbeat.
The guy is just plain nuts. Oh, hey, my boyfriend's here, so I gotta run.
Good for you. You have a date today?
Yeah, we're going to the zoo.
Have fun.
Thanks, will do. Talk to you later.
I was wondering how a guy like him managed to become regional manager. But it turns out he had been taking credit for his subordinates' work. This all came to light during the merger. So Sanders was already hanging on to his job by a thread. Then when he had his outburst in the office, it was all that upper management could take and they got rid of him. He was put on leave without pay the next day, and the next time he was seen in the office, he was packing up his things. No one said anything to him, no goodbyes or miss yous. Such a sad way to go. He's now living on his own in a tiny apartment near the old office. But he seems to be unable to find a job paying as much as he was making before getting fired, so he's currently working multiple jobs and gradually chipping away at the $20,000 he owes the company.